Hi, it's Austin again with Austin's Guitar Refinish and Repair. Today we're going to wire up the pickguard, and it's already somewhat wired up because I just took it off a guitar. So we're just gonna wire up the humbucker, which can get a little confusing. Since it's a Seymour Duncan pickup, I went on the Seymour Duncan website and I got the official wiring diagram for free. It's a great tool and very clear. It's I always go off wiring diagrams, even if I've done it a million times. Always do it because it just saved you a lot of trouble. So I have a soldering iron. It's a butane one, so I don't have to worry about the cord. And I have two different sizes of heat shrink here, just because I wasn't sure which size I would need. And I already stripped the ends of the wires, but I have a pair of wire strippers. And then you'll also need some solder, which I forgot to get out. So let's get started. Okay, so it says first, I'm just gonna take the red and white wires and solder them together and heat shrink them. And you always want to heat shrink or electrical tape it because you don't want it touching other things. It'll just short it out. So let's do that. See, I got them twisted together and get this started. And let that get warm for a second. Solder and heat shrink. All right, so now we're gonna solder. It's warmed up, and I like to melt the solder just a little bit first onto the tip, and put it on there. And just put enough on there so they're soldered together. And now I'm going to shut this off because we need to. I don't have a lighter or anything, so I'm going to take the tip off of that and heat shrink it. But you just slip the heat shrink over it like that. Let's cut this down a little bit so it's not so long. I'm going to slip it over there like that. And you want to make sure it goes over the end. So do it like that. And then I'm going to take the tip off of the soldering iron. And let's find something to put it on. There we go. Now I'm just going to lightly heat that up. And don't take much, so be careful. And you can see it shrinks over it. And there we go. All right. So now let's put the tip back on here. Okay, so our next step is we're going to do the green and bare wire. And it says to solder them together on the volume pot. So we're going to kind of jostle the wire around here. Because we need to get this one over here So we want to put it in a place where we know we can get to it. So I'm going to just solder it right on that solder spot there. I need to solder them together first. They're still together. Okay. Now I'm gonna put it on here. And you just need a little bit. You don't need the big gob of it or anything. Just enough so it stays on there, makes a good connection. And then we're gonna take the black wire and put it over to the ground on the the switch. Lost my train of thought there for a second. I'm sorry. And I'm going to just put a little bit of solder on there first, so it gives it something to stick to. Come on. There we go. And we're going to take the black wire and put it right there. Come on. Okay, just hold it there for a second, and there we go. Now, until it's on the guitar, there's really no way to make sure it works because you don't have an input jack up there or anything. So when I get it on the guitar, I'll double check it, make sure everything's working, and then if we need to go back and do something, I'll show you what I do. So that's it for this episode, and please like and subscribe. Watch my other videos if you haven't before. Yeah, that looks like everything. So see you later.